All right, my friends, wherever you are around the world, I just want to say thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I hope you're okay today. I hope that the markets are being profitable for you, and crypto as a career or as a business is generally bringing those extra gains into your account so that you can live the life of your dreams or just do whatever you want to do with that extra money. Okay, so let's climb into price action. Yesterday, I had made a reference to this 128 cycle. You can see here how price is absolutely obedient to the sacred geometrical shape. See how it runs up this 4/1 line, comes back down, gets resistance here with the 1/1, builds itself up, gets resistance here over the second arc, and then coming down to test this the 2/1 line to see whether or not we're going to have that extra travel along this to wherever the price needs to go. Okay, so from a sacred geometrical shape, we don't get to see what's happening on the higher frames when we kind of zoomed into what's happening in the now moment. So if we zoom out here, evidently what we're seeing is this shape fulfilling itself, okay? And that in itself should blow your mind. If you're the kind of intellectual person who believes in mystics and the laws of the universe and energy and how everything kind of ties together, then this will really get you going, because it's so incredible how that, which is abiding by the sacred geometrical shape over there, turns into this, right? It's insane. How I came across this was some really deep studying into the geniuses that don't get enough attention out there. Nikola Tesla and his studies with the resonance and energy and vibration and how everything kind of ties together. Of course, my hero, W.D. Gann. Gann is one of my favorite traders of all time because he leaned in on the planetary alignments and how energy relates to one another, and the cycles and everything that kind of transpire in the world around us. And by understanding that, he brought it to the charts and then made sense of it and started making profits from it. Big profits. Like, this guy made tons of profits. I think like for every 9 trades, he would lose one. So like he's just insanely amazing at trading. And I have mad respect for him because he went beyond the stock market thinking, the moving averages and blah, 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 that kind of crap. He went far beyond that, and he applied quantum physics and sciences and energetic rules, and boom. Then he came across his style of trading, and thanks to like him being the godfather, we have now been able to study him and put that to work for ourselves, and we can become like independent of the rat race through it and make mad profits for ourselves through it. So just kudos to Gann. Love the guy, love his work, and we're so grateful for you, my man. Anyway, so why is Gann so significant to us? Well, he turns this irrational mess into something that's predictable and tradable. Okay, so everyone else around the world is probably looking at this and going, well, what do I do here? Do I go to previous support which becomes resistance, or do I put on an RSI? Like it's so dumb what guys do. It's so dumb what guys do in this trading space because they just don't understand how it works. So thankfully we do understand how it works. We've gone the long haul. We've gone through everything that doesn't work. We've taken what does work and put it to work, and we're making profits and a lifestyle from it, and it's really, really cool. But going back to the point here, the price action is just so sporadic, right? And the reason why it is that way is because, or when it's naked in this format, is because what a chart is simply the representation of an order. It's the record of an order. So every time an order goes goes in, okay, so this order for this amount at that price was at this time is now kind of recorded. Okay, so the chart then is a visual representation of what's happening in the order books. Okay, it's nothing special. It's not like, wow, charts are mystical. No, it's like an accounting system. It's just a ledger. It's a visual representation of a ledger. Order at this price, time of that order, boom, recorded onto this, and that's what we're looking at. So I ask you, how on earth are we turning that? Okay, how are we turning the visual representation of an order, an accounting system, a ledger, into massive profits and creating a lifestyle from it? Well, it's because guys like W.D. Gann went and said, okay, cool, enough of this nonsense. The stock market crap is just not going to do it for me. I'm going to go over and above this and actually study the mystics of how the world works and apply that, the energetic principles, the universal laws, the alignment of astrophysics, numerology, that kind of stuff, and apply that into the charts, because evidently the chart is also a representation of mass consciousness. It's a mass collective in action under one market. If that makes sense, and I haven't lost you by now, kind of keep up with the show because this stuff is really fascinating. Let's take a moment together to take a sip of your coffee. And we're back. Okay, so how do we make money from this ledger, right? Well, we go to universal laws. We say, okay, screw the stock market stuff, the moving averages, screw that stuff, and let's look at life. Let's look at cycles. Let's look at the energy from around us and the planetary impact on our energetic fields and that kind of thing, and apply to this. And that's what I've done. I've spent the last 4 years studying Gann, studying what works, getting rid of all the crap that doesn't work, and there's a lot of stuff that doesn't, and sitting through the boring material to say, all right, cool, there's a golden nugget, boom, let me bring that in, and now we've got what we've got. So when we bring these, when we bring this back, and we build it out, okay, price action becomes predictable. I can read this like the back of my hand, man. And it's so simple. Because we understand the laws that govern humanity, the laws of the universe, the energetic resonance, and how it all comes together. And we see it show up in the price action, because price action, these charts are a record of orders. So it is a representation of human action under one beautiful 2D screen with pretty colors, I suppose, if you want to add those in. So, and we understand that the flows, the ebbs and flows, and the relation of energy and everything like that. And because of that, we can buy at the right place, sell at the right place, put that on leverage, okay? So we're trading with way more than we have of our own money. So leverage I'll cover in another video. And just watching those profits just fill up our pockets and say, well, thank you, universe. Thank you, smart guys like W.D. Gann. Thank you for everyone who's kind of like contributed to the studies and to the discovery of how life and universal laws gets represented into the market. Because, man, I've been traveling the world. I support my family. I'm living a really good life for all of those reasons. Okay, so I'm walking proof that this stuff is how we make things work. So again, over here we look at the 128, and again, I came across this information after a question from my community, and the guy said, okay, cool, what is the relationship between the 128 and the 32? Well, the 32 minute runs the price action in obligation to the sacred geometrical shape on the 128 minutes. So if I take this price action away, boom, okay, that's what we're left with, all right? It's very difficult to make sense of it. But bang, when we add our overlay to it, it makes absolutely perfect sense. It's color by numbers for us. And over here, this confusing market, which is creating many liquidations for the guys out there. I mean, it hurts my heart sometimes. I'll go online and just look at the liquidations for the day, and it's like $700 million liquidated. $32 million liquidated on Bitcoin alone on Binance. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, these poor guys, there's money into thin air. But for us, it's not the case. Anyway, so when we look at this, we can see how it's hugging into the sacred geometrical shape. And then pumping down to here, it makes sense as to why the price action is shaped this way. So if you use your imagination, try and activate that, especially if you're a guy, it's a little bit harder than usual. Look at this shape. Look how this curves down. Do you see that? Look how it curves down, and again over there. What are we looking at over here? It's exactly what we see in this environment, okay? Where's my little arrow? This curve, okay, from a previous point, we can see is exactly in line with what we're seeing over there. Now, if we go into this messy price action and go, well, why the hell is it looking like this? Just use your imagination. Okay, cool. Imagination. Activate the imagination and see that curve over here. All right, that little curve over there, which is the price in obligation to the sacred geometrical shape that it has to fulfill. Okay, there are universal laws out there that apply to everything, from plants to ourselves to everything. Okay, so when it comes to trading, the guys that don't think that universal laws apply to them are just simply idiotic. They primates who are just waiting for losses to come into their account. So when we climb into this environment, we go, all right, cool, this is insane. And again, this is how we are able to call price action ahead of time. How we're able to forecast the probabilities are going to be likely and unlikely and just rake in those profits. And remember, guys, not trading on a bad trade is also the equivalent of a good trade. So if you are missing a bad trade by not trading, which is what we can identify ahead of time, that is counted as a good trade because you're not wasting money. Okay, that's what you want to do here. You want to protect your capital and then grow your account. As simple as that. And we can do both because of these reasons. So let's just quickly have a look. I can't remember if I've covered this already, but yesterday's call, if we take that away, I said that price has got two options. You're going to see a potential turn here, and there's an extended. If we're going to see a higher high, he has an option too. Okay, so let's see what happened. That was before the price action happened. I said, okay, cool. This is where we're going to go. And then bam, it went there. It's not by luck that it happened. We can forecast ahead of time for very good reason. We understand how this works. And if you want to understand how this works too, you find the right place for that. So come out to us. I'm a good guy. I teach what I know. I want everyone to win at this. So reach out to me and just become a part of the community. Change your life, why don't you? Okay, so let's go that previous turning point calculation away and bring in the new one. And this is where we are right now. So of course, we first go to the 128 to make sure that everything is in shape and looking pretty good. You can see there's resistance along the second arc over here. And that means that we're going to see a gradual migration down to this region to go up and turn to form a 5. Okay, so the fifth turning point of our 10-point cycle is coming up next. And it's pretty likely that that will form within this range just because it does so every other time. Anyway, so without rambling on anymore, I just want to wish you all the best for the rest of the day. Thanks for your attention. I hope you made it this far into the video. Next time, just bring some coffee with you because it gets you through. But what I don't want you to discount is how important this information is, man. It's so good for you to learn what we know. Again, every time I click this little bell here, I've got a whole bunch of new guys joining our movement. It's so awesome to have you around with us. I mean, just the other day it was 500. The other day before that it was only 1,000. So the community is just growing from strength to strength. And I'm so glad, man. I'm so glad to have you guys a part of this because there's so much boring information out there with regards to the finance industry, man. It's painful. And there's so many, and the guys who don't make it boring, the guys who use the bright lights and all the, the YouTube kind of hacks as to how to get viewers and stuff, that free material or crap, they don't know what they're doing, man. So you found the sweet spot to guys who know what they're doing and they're caring about the community. So stick with us. Enjoy the journey. But if you want to learn what we do for yourself, I'm happy to teach that to you. Just send me a direct message and we can get that going. And again, please have yourselves a great day further, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Ciao for now.